She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her name and in a dark brown voice she said Lola. Hello, LA Lola. La 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 la. Alright, hey guys, this is AJ Unlimited here to bring you another video. And today we're talking about something a little bit more serious, a little more sensitive, if you will. And that is homosexuality, my thoughts on it. I suppose it's appropriate to just kind of put it out there that as a Catholic, a white Catholic man in the United States of America who's just, I don't know, surrounded by all kinds of ethnicities and backgrounds and races and um, sexualities, I see it all on a day-to-day basis. And I've, I know things and I've been through my own type of you don't even know if I would say struggles, but just I've been around the block, and I just want to just do a once and for all AJ's thoughts on homosexuality and bisexuality, LGBT, all the whole 9 yards. I don't know exactly how crazy deep I'm going to get into the LGBT stuff, but homosexuality is definitely going to be the forefront of this video. I'm just going to start off by talking about, straight up, simply put, how I feel about it. And in a nutshell, I don't like it. I think it's weird. I think it's very strange and icky to see two men or two women holding hands and kissing, especially on the internet, on social media. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to see it. If you're doing it in front of me, I'm not gonna react to it. I'm not gonna condemn you and damn you to hell. And what I'm not gonna do any of that. But I'm also not going to applaud you or oh, it's so sweet. Love comes in all shapes and sizes. Yeah, no, fuck that. Now, I'm not an insensitive prick either. It's kind of like don't ask, don't tell, right? That's how the military is, or it's how it used to be, at least, with homosexuality. Don't ask, don't tell. You don't need to put on a show about it. You don't need to announce it to the world. Honestly, this world was doing totally fine until all these gay pride people came out of the woodwork and started doing their parades and pissing all over everybody else's beliefs and making us, forcing us to treat you like high and mighty. Not that that's how it is. That's probably not the intention, but that's how it kind of looks from an outsider's perspective. That's what, with gay, Pride Month and all the the whole 9 yards. It's just kind of like you're boasting, and that's kind of like that's where I have a problem with it. I personally, I don't really care if you're gay or not. Just don't tell me. Don't be weird about it. And don't try to don't try anything on me, because that's not my cup of tea. Now, I did mention earlier in the video about how I've had my own struggles. Let me just real quick address that, because I don't want it to sound like anything that it's not, and I don't want it to linger too much. Oh, what did he mean by that? Listen, I will admit that probably back in 2015 or so, I was a little bit confused. I'll put it that way. I was kind of going through a lot of anxiety and depression. Nothing too crazy, just trying to figure out who I am and my purpose in this world. And I didn't know at the time if I wanted to get married or not, and whatnot. I just didn't really know what I wanted. And sure, I would see dudes in school or at work who I thought, okay, that's a good looking dude, whatever, he's attractive. And at that time, the internet was all about that shit. Coming out of the closet, opening up. And I was confused. I was lost. I was kind of just in this state of what is this feeling? Ugh. That man, he's a good looking guy. I shouldn't feel that way, right? I shouldn't find another man attractive, right? So I started to kind of wonder, and I was like, but that's not, I was immediately, that's not right. That's not cool, man. It's not cool. But it kind of kept on coming back, and it never got to the point where I was full on, flirting. It was just kind of oh, I find that dude kind of attractive. I probably shouldn't. I don't know. It was just bothering me because it's like I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I didn't want to have those feelings, And eventually, I just was like, no, come on, no. That's not me. That's not who I am. That's gross. That's weird. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I don't even care. I'm not gonna try to censor this or filter it, or try to be politically correct. I'm gonna be straight up. It's weird. It's yucky. Like, no, 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 no. That's not me. That's not who I am. And slowly but surely, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. It's okay to fight. Like, it's okay to see a dude and think he's attractive, but there's a line in the sand, guys. We gotta. You don't cross that line. And I don't know like what other dudes go through when it comes to that type of stuff. I mean, some people claim that it's a choice or it's not a choice. Some people claim it's a disorder or just some sort of chemical imbalance in the brain, what have you, mental illness. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But what I do know is that two men aren't supposed to be together, right? And it's kind of like if you are attracted to another man, you're supposed to, ideally back in the day, and this is where I am going to bring religion into it because this is important. The ideally back in the day when a man came out of the closet and found out he was gay or whatever, he was supposed to either just be single for the rest of his life or become a priest, a Catholic priest. And back then, Catholic priests weren't I say, very loosely known as guys who would touch little boys or whatever. Back then, it was just priests are priests. They're married to the church and they serve the community, and that's it. That's their role, and they take care of the church. They live, breathe, eat, sleep the religion, the Catholic, religion. So that was like back in the day. But now people are coming out of the woodwork left and right saying, oh, yeah, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. And the funny thing about this whole gay thing, whether you're a man or a woman, I keep on saying dudes, but whatever, you get my point. If you find out you're a homosexual, you could still follow the rules of Christianity. It's like I came to this realization that when people come out of the closet, it immediately becomes all about sex and lust. And here's the thing, you can be gay, a homosexual, attracted to other men, or women attracted to other women, and still follow the rules of Christianity and have no sex before marriage, and no, I was joking with my buddy that, once a man comes out of the closet and realizes he's gay, he starts fucking every hole in sight. It's like there's no gap there. There's no bridge. There's no gray area. And that's the thing about homosexuality and bisexuality and all that stuff that people aren't realizing is like, okay, like if I ever have kids and one of them ever comes out to me, I'm gay, I'm whatever, attracted to other men or whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's great. I still love you. All that good stuff. Great, cool. But you can't have sex before marriage or at all. I mean, at that point, it's like, I mean, it is a sin for a guy to have sex with another man, and it is true that most Catholic churches don't do homosexual marriages, and it is because it's a sin. Now, why is it a sin? Because the whole point of marriage is, yeah, to unite two souls and make them one. Sure, perfect, yeah, that's fine. But the other main point of marriage is to have children for God, to make children for God, so that He can have as many children up there with Him in heaven, at the end of time as possible. Now, homosexual couples cannot make their own biological children. They can adopt, sure, but the whole point of marriage is to have your own natural biological children for God. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense because in the eyes of God, it's not natural. It's like two magnets, two negative magnets trying to connect. It just doesn't work. When it comes to like two men kissing and fucking having sex, it's just weird and I don't like it. I don't approve of it. And I mean, just a disclosure, one of my buddies back in high school came out as gay long after we all graduated. And he had a boyfriend, and they were going to get married, and I was invited to it, and I was going to go to the wedding. I was planning on going to it. Now, it didn't go through, and they didn't go through with it, and the engagement broke off, but I was going to go to it to support my friend. Not to support homosexuality, but to support my friend. It's the same thing with music, right? I love Queen, the band Queen. But Freddie Mercury was a flaming homo. Flaming homo, didn't try to hide it, nothing. He clearly had boyfriends. Came down with AIDS for Christ's sake. Yeah, Freddie Mercury, he was gay, but but I still listen to his music, not because I support homosexuality, but because I support his music. You know, so when it comes to being gay, homosexuality, and all the transgender stuff, and that's a whole nother video. At the end of the day, it just doesn't work. Plain and simple, it just doesn't work, And in the laws of nature and evolution, right? It just don't work. And another thing I want to address real quick is people keep saying, "Oh, if your religion forces you to hate gay people or homosexuals, you got to find a new religion." It's like, okay, we don't hate homosexuals, and you better stop saying that because that's just so ass backwards and twisted, and that's not the case at all. We don't hate anybody, but damn it, there's rules, okay? There's rules, and if you don't like it, well, then there's a door. I hate to put it like that, but you're always, we're never gonna kick you out, right? You can come in and take a gander and obviously, like, pick it apart, do what you got to do, but hey, there's a lot of things in the Catholic faith I don't really always like or agree with. Certain things I wish I could do more or do at all, and I can't because I want to have a healthy relationship with the man upstairs. It's like whatever. It's no different than getting into a university, right? Or like getting a certain job or getting a certain role in a play or a movie, TV show, whatever. It's like there's just certain criteria you have to freaking follow, and if you can't follow that stuff, then it's just not going to work out. And it's not like God kicking you out. It's a you thing. You'll just naturally feel unsettled and uncomfortable, and you won't feel like you fit in or you belong. It's not us kicking you out or hating on you or God saying you don't belong here. It's you that you're choosing to live that life and to follow your own rules. I'm not saying you're choosing to be gay. I'm saying you're choosing to let that condition run your life and become something that it's not. But when it comes to just homosexuals, it's like as soon as you come out as gay, it's like it becomes all about sex, and it's like, why don't you take a second and pause? You don't have to go from 0 to 100 so quickly. I don't know why it's like, it's just everything else just completely goes out of the window like that. And it just doesn't make sense to me. It does. I get it, but I got to speak up, right? So that's my thoughts on homosexuality, and that's everything I know about it when it comes to religion, when it comes to my own thoughts and knowledge and experience, and when it comes to what I've seen and heard people do as homosexuals, both men and women. You don't need to announce it to the world. You don't. I'm not saying being gay, being a homosexual is bad. I'm saying the way you're portraying it. Most people are portraying it in this world. That's where it becomes a problem, and you're crossing the line. And that's where people need to really reevaluate themselves and their beliefs and their morals, because you don't need to shove it down our throats, just like you don't expect us to shove our Christianity beliefs down your throat, or Catholic beliefs. So, there's boundaries, and there's a line in the sand for everybody, and just shush. Once again, you can be homosexual and still follow the rules of Christianity and make it to heaven and have a healthy relationship with God. It's possible. So that is the video, and I hope I don't get too many hate comments on this, but I don't really care. Someone needs to speak up about this, and I know I can, and I will, because I can. So that's it. So thank you guys once again very much for watching this. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Please like, subscribe, comment, email me. It's all there on the channel if you want to reach out to me in any way. And as always, I will see you next time. God bless.